shot, desert midnight, red fog on ridge. Midnight hit like a rusty nail, driving straight through the plains. Red moon hanging low, starless sky, feeling tight like a noose. Dust on my boots, blood on my sleeve, breath cut short, but I ain't moved. That omen stared at me, boy, like it knew every sin I dragged behind me. I muttered, you wanna judge me? Then judge me standing in the damn sky. Trembled like it heard an oath break open. Close up on his eyes versus the moon glare. Heat on my neck, but my spine stayed cold. I've knelt before, nothing but mistakes I made myself. If this moon wants the truth, hell, I got plenty left to give. The moon's descent, the world bowing to will. So I stared that red curse down till it started to waver, burning bright then breaking soft like a guilty prayer. And damn if it didn't lower slow, ashamed, like it knew my name. Even omens fold for a man who don't flinch. Even heaven shakes for a heart that won't bend. Even fate steps aside when I take one step. Tracking shots circling and rituals seen in the wasteland. I drew a line in the dirt, carved across with my boot heel. Half faith, half wanted, pulled out the locket. She left me cracked and rusted, held it up to that moonlight like a wounded truth. I whispered, you still watching, darling? I ain't the boy you buried. Wind cut sharp, carried her name in a tone I didn't like. Felt like a sermon I wasn't ready to hear. But I didn't back down, not from love, not from sin, not from the blood-soaked road that still wants my bones. Low angle shot, moonlight flicker, dirt rising. Yeah, I felt corruption breathe under my ribs. Felt redemption scratch like a cage wolf wanting out. One side dragging me down, one side begging me to rise. I ain't run from either, I carry both. I didn't run from either, I carry both. I knew moon fully lowered horizon, glowing fame. So I locked eyes with that omen till it bowed its head. Glow turning dim like it couldn't hold its pride. And I stood there, broken, blame, breathing but unshaken. Even omens fold for a man who don't flinch. Even shadows kneel when his will don't fade. Even darkness learns when a sinner stands straight. And as that moon dropped low enough to glow at my boots, I finally breathed out the truth I've been avoiding. If signs fear my stare, then stare is my fate. Night was thick as tar, ocean flat as a sheet of cold iron. You stood there on that dead black shore, boots sinking in the wet sand, breath fogging like a ghost, leaving your ribs. Camera pans wide, No moon, no wind, just that hush. Like the world was waiting to see if you'd crack. You stepped in anyway, water climbed your chest. Cold enough to steal a prayer from any normal man, but you didn't pray, you just kept moving. Tide hit your throat and something old whispered under the waves, turn back. You spit salt and answer, rough, simple, true, I don't sing. The ocean shivered, and that silent ocean rose to carry you, lifting your weight like it knew your name. Death rise for the man who refused to sing, path formed for the boots that don't stop moving. Even the dark bends for a will that won't bow to it. Waves pull back beneath your feet, laying down a road of water, and you walked it like a man reborn. Halfway across the living sea, you heard another voice. Not the ocean this time, but something older, something that sounded a lot like the truth you've been avoiding. You think survival makes you clean, it has tone sharp as a rusted hook. You didn't stop, just let the water drip off your jaw like baptism gone wrong. Oh, you muttered, but it keeps me standing. Camera tightens, your hand grips a chain at your neck, the one stained by old sins. You weren't ready to confess to anybody but the sea. The tide surge rose again, but not to drown you, to test you. You planted your heel, looked into that black water and said, if I fall forward. The whole ocean bowed. Made of nothing, left ripples glowing behind you like a trail meant for no one else. And on the far shore you didn't smile, just breathe deep looking back at the water with a quiet kind of understanding. Some men are carried by mercy, others earn it with every damn step. You're the second kind. It was near midnight when I reached that last damn hallway. Stone walls, sweating cold, floor cracked like old sinners trying to whisper warnings. Camera drags low across the ground, bloody handprints everywhere. Some fresh, some older than the church that cursed this place. I laid my hand, still warm with someone else's sin. On that dead black door, didn't push, didn't beg, just breathe one steady, slow meaning. tension, almost tired. You sure you belong here, boy? I cracked a half smile, more blood than humor dripping down my lip. If I didn't, I wouldn't be standing. The hinges tremble, and that final door opens. 'Cause I walk my babe. Thresholds bow for the man who steps through fear, not around it. Power shifts for the one who bleeds forward, not backward. Even the dark parts to let a stubborn soul pass. I crossed that line like I owned it. Boots dragging, hand burning, but spine straight as scripture. Inside was nothing, just a long red dust hanging in the air. Like the world forgot how to breathe. Camera tilts, shadows moving along the walls, not shaped like man, but like the mistakes I never buried deep enough. One step forward, voice sharp as a broken bottle. You think walking makes you clean. I didn't stop, didn't flinch, just pulled the necklace from my chest. That little cross burned back from every bad promise I ever made. Held it up and said, no walking makes me honest. The shadows record like I slapped them. The room tightened, air heavy, door closing behind me like a coffin lid. I mutter through the grit in my teeth. Hell or heaven, I step out on kneel. The floor lit up, like the place finally believed me. Yeah, that last door opened and bowed like a beast that finally met its match. Thresholds bend for the man who keeps walking. Fate shifts for the fool who won't shift himself. Even the end of the road waits for the outlaw who refuses to end. I walk through fiery emptiness till the world took shape again. Till the path rose under my boots like it'd been waiting for someone stubborn enough to claim it. And I didn't celebrate, didn't pray, didn't scream victory. Just whispered real quiet to whatever was listening. Doors don't choose the man chooses the door. Kept walking, kept walking. And kept walking. Ooh. Kept walking. Night broke open above him. Clouds torn like old scars reopening. Thunder rolled across the plain like somebody beating confessions out of a sinner. He walked alone under that hell-colored sky. Long cold wet with storm water and bad choices. Boots grinding mud thick as memory. Camera pulls in on his jaw. Tight, stubborn, shaking only from cold, not fear. He stopped, tilted his head back, pulled one deep breath from somewhere past the sins he carried, and he whispered, real soft, not tonight. The storm heard him, and the screaming sky went quiet, like someone pressed their head against heaven's mouth. Storms come for the man who breathes with purpose. The world steadies for the soul that won't shake. Even rage folds when it meets a will that refuses to bow. Lightning faded down his spine, and the dark settled, like it knew who stood under it. He kept walking, wind dragging his coat like a jealous lover, rain hitting his shoulders like old debts coming due. A voice rose from somewhere beyond the clouds, low, sharp, maybe God, maybe something older. You think breathe alone can tame my sky?
Didn't look up, didn't flinch, just answered. A man's breath is all he owns when everything else is gone.
Camera widens, the storm circles him, but won't touch him. He wipes rain from his face like wiping blood from a blade, and keeps moving, steady as a prayer. He stopped believing in years ago. Another breath, slow and heavy, the kind that shakes the ghost loose without letting them win. The air bend, the clouds trembled, the thunder hesitated. Sky quieted under his breath, and the night pulled back like a wild dog, respecting a man who won't run. Storms come for the man who breathes with purpose. Chaos kneels for the heart that won't break. Even heaven waits for the ones who stand when the world shakes. He walked on, the whole sky behind him hushing its rage. And somewhere deep in the silence, he found a truth he didn't expect. Strength ain't loud. It's the breath you control when the world is losing its own. Sky bruised purple and black, how I was living through the dead stretch of highway. Blood spilling warm down my wrist, boots dragging through sand thick as regret. Then I saw it. Nightmare shaped like a horse, all cold smoke hot and hellfire eyes, hooves slamming sparks like I'm being judged. Camera tight on my hand, blood dripping steady but not shaking, not even one. I breathe through the pain, said under my breath, come on then, if I'm dying, let it be honest. Fear blinked, I beautied him, and the nightmare horse lowered its head, slow, grudging like a demon, remembering God. Nightmares heal to the rider who don't fear riding. Fire plows to the hand that ain't scared to burn. A wounded man with will still standing. That's a man a dog won't swallow. The beast breath hit my chest like old sin, but it stepped closer. Instead of tearing me apart, I reached out, palm split, fingers torn from a fight I lost earlier Echo like thunder in a church with no God left. Then a voice rose from inside my ribs, my own shadow speaking back at me. You ain't riding this thing to escape, you're riding it to face what chased you. I smirk, wipe dust on my jeans, answered low, then saddle up, I'm done running from gold. I press my forehead to its skull, a ritual I didn't learn, just knew flames around its hooves dimmed as if giving me room to breathe. Woke up again, but so did I. And the night got real quiet, like it was waiting to see if I'd climb on. That nightmare horse lowered its head, and I swung onto its back like climbing into judgment. Nightmares yield to the rider who don't fear riding. Hell moves aside for the man who keeps moving. Every monster bows and his spirit refuses to break. We rode out, smoke trail behind us, moonlight cut a path through my sins. And for the first time in years, the dark didn't feel like something to fight. It felt like something I owned. Found a busted crown, lying in the dust. Looked like some dead king's last mistake. Wind pushed across the dirt like it wanted me to see what fade away like. I crouched down, sun cutting sideways through the room. Ash floating like slow snow around my boots. A piece glinted sharp enough to remember me. I picked it up and it cut my palm open like it had something to say. Blood hit the metal, it woke. I held that shot real still, felt the desert hold its breath with me. And I muttered, half to the dirt, half to whatever watches over broken men. If power needs blood, it'll get mine first. The ground trembled, that broken crown reformed in my grip. Pieces flying back like loyal dogs coming home. Power rebuilds for the man willing to bleed for it. Hope returns to the hand that don't let go. Even ruin rises for a will that refuses to break. And when the crown settled whole in my fist, I swear the wind bowed its damn head. I heard a voice behind me, low, rough like gravel in the throat of a ghost. You think suffering makes you worthy? I didn't turn, didn't blink, just answered the ruin around me. Worth ain't given his claim. Camera wide in shadows, twisting dust swirl like a ritual. The whole desert looking like it's waiting for my next sin. I press the crown piece against my chest, letting blood smear down its edges like some outlaw baptism. More pieces rose like bones remembering their shame. I whispered again, a promise, a curse, maybe both. If I gotta bleed to be whole, then let it take what's left of me. The last shot flew home. Yeah. The broken crown reformed in my grip. Metal glowing hot like fresh forged vengeance. Power rebuilds for the man willing to bleed for its strength. Returns to the soul that don't step back. Even shattered things heal still for the ones who stand in their wreckage. I slip that crown into my hand, not to wear, but to remember what it cost to rise. And in that cold light, I felt it. Not redemption, not victory, just a quiet truth. Some kings are born, others are built out of blood and ruin. I'm the second kind. Midnight bed, deep into my ribs. Desert wind slicing through the tear in my coat. I drop to one knee, old wound reopened like it remembered my name. Blood warm my palm, breath rattling out my chest like a busted prayer. Then the howling started, ghost wolves circling, teeth glowing pale blue, shapes twitching like smoke, trying to turn into bone. Camel close my hand, clutching my sternum, dust trembling under their paws. I muttered, not tonight, not like this. Pain blink, but I didn't. Into my lungs and the night step closer to listen. One wolf stepped forward, eyes hollow as a grave I once dug for myself. It sniffed my blood, then lowered its head like it knew that wound was older than any bullet or blade. It spoke without speaking, voice curling through the smoke around us. You carry sins that should have killed you. I grinned through the pain, spat dust, answered with a tongue sharp from too many bad years. Then they should have done it right the first time. I tore a strip from my sleeve, wrapped the wound tight, marked it with ash from the fire that failed to finish me. A ritual I didn't learn, just remember. The wolves stepped back, guarding me like soldiers waiting for their king to stand. My pulse steady, the desert cleared its throat. Pain stayed, but it obeyed distance. Yeah, the ghost wolf guarded my wound. Circle tight breath, cold as judgment. The wild protects the man who refuses to die small. If you rise through hurt, the world rises with you. Fear loses its bite when you show your teeth first. And when I finally stood, slow, stubborn, blood drying like ink on my chest, the wolves bare ones melted back into the dark, leaving the path open for a dead man who hadn't agreed to die. Oh, Out on the wasteland flat, the sky turned gray like a funeral sheet. Ash lifted off the ground, swirling, screaming, thick as old sins trying to choke the world. He walked straight through it, boots dragging fire trails, coat slapping his legs, and the storm's hot breath didn't cover his face, didn't drop his gaze. Just stood in that world of dead years and ghost voices. Camera close, eyes steady, jaw locked, man looking like he'd argue with hell more than once. I stung at his scars, whispers crawling over him like barbed wire. Turn back, turn back, turn back. For a second he almost did. Almost, but almost ain't him. That ash storm silence when he spoke. Just one line, low as thunder in a preacher's chest. Chaos listens to the man who speaks from truth. Dust knows the weight of a soul that won't run. Storms bound for a sinner who stands like a saint. Even when he ain't one, he didn't shout, didn't plead, just said it plain and the world obeyed. Kept walking through the dead trees and burnt out riverbeds, past memories he'd buried but never forgiven. A figure formed in the ash, half demon, half someone he used to love. He stepped close, whisper sharp like a blade tip. Truth ain't enough for you, boy. He raised his chin, dust falling off his shoulders. It's more than you got. Then he knelt, not in surrender, but to scoop a handful of ash from the ground. He pressed it to his chest, a ritual older than scripture. Carry what tried to kill you, so it can't surprise you twice. The storm felt it and flinched every lie he'd ever lived through. Echo like a broken hymn. He breathed in the ash, breathed out the man he used to be. That ash storm silence when he spoke. Just one truth thrown into the teeth of chaos. Chaos listens to the man who speaks from truth. Winds kneel for the outlaw who won't kneel first. The world shifts for a man who carries his past instead of running from it. And when the storm cleared, he kept walking, alone but unbroken, with the kind of quiet power that makes even heaven reconsider who it ought to fear. Midnight hung heavy like a judge about to speak. I walked up the canyon trail, dust biting my boots. Moon pouring pale light on a gate made of bone, white as frostbite, tall as sin, rattling like souls begging out of chains. Camel close up, knuckles cracked, breath cold as steel. I reached out, grabbing no fear, no flinch, just skin on dead ivory. The phone screamed a little, then hissed quiet, like they knew whose hands they'd been waiting for. Cold shot through my arm, memory crawling up my spine. Faces I didn't blink, didn't bow. And that bone gate shook when I grabbed it, ribs rattling like an old hymn coming undone. Bones fear the hand that fears nothing. Dead step aside for a man who won't. Power moves for the stubborn, and the dark splits for the ones that step forward anyway. I ain't clean, I ain't forgiven, but I'm the one still standing. And doors know it. Past the gate, the canyon open wide like a throat ready to swallow. Shadows twisted on the wall, some look like demons, some look like lovers I should have run from sooner. One shadow leaned in close, voice dragging like chain links. You ain't ready, boy. I smile, crooked, tired, honest. I've been ready since the day I broke. I pulled a rusted cross necklace from my shirt. Kiss it even though faith in me ain't on talking terms. Then I cut my thumb with my own blade. Not ritual, not show, just truth. Blood hit the stone in the canyon. Breathe like a beast waking up. Voices rose in the dark, not warning, just watching. Every step forward felt like stepping on my past sins, but hell, they're softer than regret now. And bone gate shook when I grabbed it, and it opened like a servant knowing who wears the crown of scars. Bones fear the hand that fears nothing. Shadows bow for the outlaw who won't yield. Even the dead step back after a man who owns every sin and still moves forward. If this world wants to test me, it better bring more than goes. 'Cause I walked too far, bled too much, and tonight I'm the one doing the judging. Midnight stretched long, sky warm thin like old leather. Then came that red hot star, falling crooked, burning like a blade pulled from a devil's forge. Sparks cutting across the heavens. You didn't flinch, didn't pray, didn't whisper a damn thing for mercy. Just raised your hand, scarred knuckles, dirt in every line, like a man who's buried more truths than he's told. Camera slow, your breath steady, your shadow long as a gallows rope behind you. Heat pressed on your chest, old sins climbing up your spine, asking if you still carry what you never confessed. You swallowed hard, but you stood still. Still's a language storms understand. And that falling star shifted toward your will, like daylight remembering who's worth bowing to. Even deadlight moves for a will unbroken. The heavens tell for a man who won't. Fate bends for the stubborn. threatening. Truth spoke through you, and fire listened. The star will pass, close enough to scorch your coat sleeve, close enough to taste iron in the air, in the glow. You saw things you tried to bury, a lover's silhouette, a brother's ghost, your own reflection twisted by guilt and grit. One voice rose from the molten light, low and mean like a rattlesnake hymn. You think you're worthy of direction, you wipe the ash from your mouth, tilted your chin, answer with a half smirk, car from pain worth ain't given, it's taken. Then you dragged your thumb across your necklace cross, felt its heat and whispered a word that wasn't a prayer, just a promise. The star obeyed. The universe held its breath, sky trembling like a choir about to break. You stood alone, but never smaller, never softer. That falling star shifted towards your will, swerve sharp glow, living, dancing around you like a crown, forged from fire. Even daylight moves for a will unbroken, judgment bows for the outlaw who won't kneel. The cosmos itself steps aside when a man decides his own damn road. And when the sky dimmed back down and the heat faded, you kept walking, calm as a saint, dangerous as sin, forgiven late. A man with no master and a will no universe could ignore. Thick as grave dirt, road cold as coffin iron, stretching past the horizon. Camera drops low, my boots hit that dead trail, heels cracked, leather burnt from all the wrong I'd walked through. When my foot touched down the ground, answered a hollow thump, alive like something buried recognized me. Dust shivered, ruts widen like breath, coming back to a long lost body. I muttered under my breath, half prayer, half threat. I ain't done walking, not tonight. Road quiver, wind bit my skin like old guilt returning for its due. Felt the weight of sins trailing behind me. Myself, but I didn't stop, didn't stall, didn't bow on that dead road. Woke up under my steps, stone shifting dirt, humming like the earth decided I'd earn one more mile. The path rises for the one who refuses to stop walking it. The world bends for a soul too stubborn to fall. Even the dark steps back for a man keeping forward with torn feet and a clear damn will. The ground moves with me. Far ahead I saw a figure lean against a crooked signpost. Looked like the man I used to be. Eyes sunk cold, drowned, head pulled low like he'd already quit. Camera tightens on his shadow, it lifted its head, stared right through me. I spat in the dirt and told him you had your chance, I'm taking mine. Then I stepped closer and he vanished like smoke, ashamed of itself. Ground cracked open, spreading a new trail, one that wasn't on any map. My necklace, a rusted bullet from a pub passing, swung on my chest like a ticking verdict. I held it, whispered, I walk her, stop and kill. Sky lean low, dust curled around my legs. Something old tried to pull me back. Maybe guilt, maybe fate, maybe the man I refused to stay. I kept climbing, even if the climb was flat. That dead road rose again, split open like it wanted to guide me, not judge me. And every step I made echoed like a ritual, a man claiming his right to continue. The path rises for the one who refuses to stop walking it. The dirt awakens for the outlaw who won't kneel to regret. Even the bones of the earth bow for the man who owns his scars and keeps moving anyway. No prophecy, no forgiveness, no angels inside, just me and the long black mile ahead. And with breath rasping, voice torn like old leather, I whispered to the dark, if this road loves tonight, then so do I. Slow like a promise losing its fight. Camera drifts in close, my hands tore open, knuckles cracked, bloody, dust glued to the wounds like old sin sticking to bone. He died quick, cold, creeped in like a preacher's warning. I raised my hand anyway, shaking, torn, still reaching from somewhere deep in that quiet. I whisper, if you're dying, I ain't letting you go yet. Light tremble, wind held its breath. Something ancient watched me waiting to see if I'd fall like the rest. I didn't fall, I leaned in. That dying sun fell back alive like I dragged it out of the grave with my bare damn will. His fire cut through the dark, shaking loose the shadows crawling off my path. Some lives return for the man who won't turn back. Some flames answer the hand that refuses to quit. Even the sky rises for a soul that stands ragged but standing. I didn't break, didn't beg, I just held my ground while the whole horizon caught fire again. I walk forward, boots digging trenches in the sand like I was carving my own scripture. Saw pieces of my life burning in the glow. The brother I failed, the woman I loved wrong, the sins I carried till my spine bent sideways. That old leather chain round my neck, blackened from guilt, swung heavy against my chest. I grabbed it and growled, if I ain't dead yet, you sure as hell ain't either. Camera widens, the sun flickers, then rolls. like releasing the kind of strength you don't brag about, the kind forged from bleeding and not stopping. The dying sun blazed white and gold and blood red bright, a crown forged in the sky. He'd rolled over me not to burn, but to remind some lights return for the man who won't turn back. Some fires answer the grid that screams not yet. Even the heavens rise for the outlaw that refuses his own collapse. I didn't smile, didn't bow, didn't think fate one damn bit. I just muttered through cracked lips, if the sky needs saving, it can stand with me in the dirt. Cold beam cut through the clouds like a blessing that ain't gentle, but earned. You hit that dead plane round sundown, where the dust don't move unless something wicked tells it to. Sky hung low, bruised purple, bruised like you. Behind you, 1,000 twisted silhouettes rose up slow, bending wrong, whispering wrong, their edges shivering like cold steel breathing. Camera pushes tight on your boots, you stop, heel grinding in gravel, not running, not praying, just standing. One of those shadows hiss, turn around and turn to nothing. But you didn't flinch. They waited for fear, they expected surrender, but you gave them silence, the kind that cracks bones from the inside. And that silence started changing the air. That whole shadow legion bowed, heads low like they knew your name before you ever spoke it. Their blades dim, their whispers die, their darkness folded under your stains. Yet legions obey the one who doesn't obey fear. Night kneels for the soul that refuses to shake. Power bends for the man who stands alone without blinking. And you just stared back like you'd seen worse. You moved one step forward, and every shade in that plane stiffened like soldiers waiting on judgment. Your mind flicked to all the things you buried, the brother you couldn't save, the woman you let walk into ruin, the prayer you tore out of your own mouth, 'cause you thought you didn't deserve saying it. You pulled that cracked rosary from your pocket, beads burned black from an old mistake. You held it up and said, if you want the truth, I've knelt once and never again. Camera widens, the shadow army shivers, then lowers deeper. Your guilt tried to rise, your ghost tried to speak, but you shut them down like slamming a coffin. The world listens to a voice that ain't scared of its own sins.
The plane split open under your stare, dust swirling like it
thousands deep. Drop to both knees like a kingdom releasing its crown.
Legends obey the one who doesn't obey fear. Night kneels for the soul that stands in truth. Even your demons bow when you stop bowing first.
You didn't smile, didn't thank fate, didn't raise your hand like a king. You just muttered to the wind, if this world wants a ruler, it better be ready for the cost. A thin streak of dawn crawled in, cold, pale, honest, not redemption, but acceptance, sharp enough to cut chains.
I was already in the tree line when I hit that ridge past midnight. Smoke curled around my hat brim, and the sky glowed hell red like it waited on me. I smelled pine burning like old sins, her branches pop like bones confessing. Most men run back, most men pray. I just tightened my jaw and said, if this is judgment, then let it look me in the eye. Camera closes in, my boots sink into ash, and the flames lean in like they wanna taste me. He clawed at my coat, tried melting the grit off my spine, but I didn't blink, didn't twist, didn't bow to the fire. And that's when it started listening. 'Cause those flames pull back slow at first, then sharp like something ancient knew better than to block my road. Ash whirled around my ankles, painting halos on the dirt I stepped on. Flames respect the man who keeps moving forward. Fire falls for the fool who won't stop walking. Even hell clears a path for a stubborn soul standing tall. I didn't run, didn't rush, I walked like the forest belonged to me. The weight of things I never fixed, a brother I failed, a woman I burned, a prayer I left out in the desert to die. From my pocket I pulled that scorched silver pendant hers, half melted, half memory. I held it up to the fire and whispered, if I'm walking through hell, you might as well see me do it. The flames hiss back, not angry, almost like they understood. Camera pans wide, the force splits open, two walls of fire bowing out like broken gates. Maybe I ain't clean, maybe I ain't forgiven, but I ain't done now with this life, now with the ghosts that carry my name. The fire parted wider, clear in a straight line into the heart of the bird. Hot wind howled around me, but never touched me. Embers floated like dying angels, lighting my steps one by one. Flames respect the man who keeps moving forward. Roads rise for the ones who won't kneel to fear. Even a cursed forest makes way for the sinner who refuses to stop. I didn't look back, didn't thank the fire, didn't curse it either. Just mutter to the smoke, if destiny's watching, it better keep up. A cold spark of truth hit me then, not redemption, but acceptance. And damn, that felt holy in its own way. fell heavy on the chapel ruins. Dust swirled like ghosts crawling up from old sins. He walked that dead road slow, boots dragging red dirt, breath cracked like dry old bark. The stone cross, big as judgment, lay toppled across his path, cold as a grave's last word. Anyone else had been pray, plead, but not him, not tonight. He stared at that fallen faith and muttered, if it wants me down, it's gonna be waiting. Camera pushes in, his shadow doesn't shake, the wind listens, the dirt holds its breath. He ain't bound for bullets, ain't broke for blood, sure as hell ain't dropping for stone. Fear tried crawling up his back, he shook it off like an old coat he quit wearing. And that cross, it trembled first, dust under earth cracked wide, like it knew his name. And then slow like dawn, remembering how to breathe, it lifted itself up off the ground. Yeah, faith rising for the man who don't fall to fear, stones move for the soul that won't kneel again, even heaven shifts for a spine that stands straight. He didn't touch it, didn't pray, just stood, and the weight of God made room. He carried sins like saddlebags, stacked high with years he never confessed. Bloody spilled names he forgot, a woman he failed twice. Flash cut shot, a cracked silver locket in his fist. Her picture burned halfway through, smoke still clinging to the edges. He whispered to the memory, I ain't kneeling no more, not even for forgiveness. Lightning hit the ridge, not bright, just enough to show the cross hanging midair as if held up by something older than mercy. Maybe corruption lived in him, maybe redemption circled like a hungry hawk, but neither owned him. He walked between them like a man who knew hell and heaven both owed him something. That stone cross rose higher, clearing the road clean, shadows stretching long like it saluted him. And he stepped forward, chin up, braced steady, past all the graves of who he used to be. Faith rises for the man who don't fall to fear, roads open for the ones who refuse to break, and even God's old stones bow out the way when a sinner stands tall without shaking. Cold moonlight washed his shoulders, he didn't smile, didn't pray. He just said, if fear wants a fight, it knows where to find me. That's the cold acceptance, the kind that ain't salvation, but sure as hell feels like freedom.